We're talking TNT's Claws, Season 1, Episode 6, Self-Portrait. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Guess who's back? Back again. Roller's back.
Roll it back.
What?
Yeah, he's back.
Guess who's back?
In the major way.
Guess who's back?
In the major way.
And so are we.
Major
What up,
way.
AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in studio for Claws Season 1, Episode 6, Self-Portrait. I'm joined in studio with my lovely co-host.
What up, y'all? Everyone watching right now is like, thank God the panel's back.
Stop it. Jeff held it down.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you,
sure
Jeffrey.
did.
Thanks, guys.
You did that.
missed you
With all
guys.
your characteristics.
Yeah.
I was sad watching you up there by yourself, but you held it down.
Thanks, guys. I missed you. I'm so glad everyone's back, including the fans. Guys, Jeff Graham here. If you want to find me online, you can do so at Jeffrey C. Graham. I'm in the chat as well. We have Metamorphosis returning and Drew Leonard. So come on, tell us your thoughts. Let us know what you're thinking. I'm tuning along.
Definitely. What's up, guys? This is Mariel Turner. So happy to be back in studio with these guys. You can find me online on Instagram and Twitter at Mariel_Turner.
And it's your man, Chaos J, back in the building. Chaos Jones, Twitter all day. Instagram, you already know, 31 flavors, keeping it wavy, keeping it cool. Shout out to Dimples and Valentina.
Yes.
Or Dimples
Hey.
Valentina, actually.
Yeah.
You know, for blowing up our mentions. She's got a lot of good perspectives and opinions, so we're going to dig into that later.
Yeah, our fifth panelist.
Amen.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for paying attention to the show, y'all. We appreciate it, and your commentaries. All right, so Desna is upset because, you know, Bryce done murdered her foster parents, because this was not a part of the plan, y'all. This was not supposed to go down like this. But, honey, this TNT. You never know how this is going to go down. And, well...
Wow.
Dean's pretty happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it
Kind of a nice little story. for Dean.
Pretty happy? I mean, I think that's an understatement there.
Oh, no, by the end of this
He's
episode, Dean
ecstatic.
is ecstatic would be at the very end when he realized that he might get him some,
Virginia.
you know.
Yup.
Well, so what did you guys kind of take from this as far as like the whole plot with Desna basically setting up her foster parents?
I think they had it coming, you know. I mean, it's messy. I think it's gonna blow up in her face.
Yeah.
But karma's a bitch. So, hey.
Now, obviously, we came in with the Eminem because Roller's back.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
What was y'all's first kind of like when you saw that scene?
Man, when I saw that, I was like, damn it. I was like, stuff was just starting to kind of sort itself out. She's about to move into the new new salon. You know what I'm saying? They just paid off Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy's got their trust back again. I'm like, you know,
Back again.
it just right.
Thank you.
Shady's
There's so much that was just starting to get itself in line. So when I saw that, I was like, well, it made sense because obviously we can't just have everything be smooth sailing for the rest of the season. But I wasn't expecting that curveball, but it didn't. I mean, it makes sense because if we think about it, they found a burnt up, already dead body, and they just found his gold teeth. That's all they found. So it made sense. This definitely screams a little bit of like Misery for any of you guys that actually remember that movie, or if I'm dating myself, with Kathy Bates and James Caan.
I was born in 2001, so I've never.
Oh, okay.
That's not true.
It's super young.
We're gonna get you some red light
Right.
therapy.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah. Mariel, I gotta say, we called it.
I know. So I was like, man, we knew. We knew
But
from the
see-
get-go.
Just to interrupt real quick, and you guys were right, but it didn't make sense to me that he would be haunting her as a ghost somewhat
Right.
and still be alive. But when you take the ghost part out of it and just think of it that, you know,
She's
that
paranoid.
Yeah.
Right, she's just paranoid and that's her own guilt.
Well, from a writing perspective, you got to think, why have the ghost of Roller if he's not going to actually play in
Right.
the show, you know? Because it's... The thing I'm glad you mentioned at the top, Kelly, before we went live, Kelly shouted out Jane Addams' performance as this crazy artist masseuse, like, role-play British lady. like this on paper, this should not have worked. Like I'm trying to.
But you know
picture-
what's funny? The other where it reminds me of now, like sitting here thinking about it, is did you ever see American Horror Story: The Coven?
Yes.
Where the Stevie Nicks-esque witch character had that boy in the swamp.
Yeah.
It just hit me as we're sitting here and you guys are talking about it. That it started hitting me. I was kind of like, this kind of gives me a little bit of that. This is a much more like darker
Toned down.
version,
Yeah.
and sexual. than
I feel like in the writer's room, the thing that I love about the show is they greenlight so much. Like, I can't imagine being like, what if we had a MacArthur-winning artist, like, kind of have Roller, like, in a dog collar, like an electric dog collar with, like, you know, like a chain attached to, like, a black dominatrix Speedo.
And she's using him. She shaves him and creates art out of it and then fucks him. Or has him fuck her.
And then,
It's insane.
2 words. Pube art. Like, it's just so, it's such a say yes show.
Yeah.
And
is.
it works.
But it makes
know.
sense though. They still are able to push the envelope, or really just fucking tear up the envelope.
Yeah, they're like, we don't, whatever.
But it still makes sense. It's still believable.
It's character development. I mean, they really created enough different types of characters that these things could really that you could kind of pull a plot from anything.
Not
Yeah.
only that, but can we give a shout out to Polly right now?
Yeah.
I love her.
so
I've been getting my life with some Polly right now. These last 2 episodes, she has definitely, again, that's another character that we're getting to see her, you know, see her develop, and we're getting to see her fleshed out. And I feel like Jen is the next up
Yeah.
on deck.
It's a great episode for both. And even just to jump back really quick to Mrs. Honeyworth, was that what it was? Honeywell.
Yes.
Whatever the name of
Miss Honey.
What they had to figure out was who's the one person that could actually like entrap Roller. Who's crazy enough that they out crazy Roller.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the challenge I feel like as a writer in this position is like you can't just have some run of the mill hostage situation.
Because why hasn't he tried to kill her?
That's
like why
what I
she's
was
so
thinking.
like she's that psycho? He's like, yeah, bitch, like she would cut my dick up, attach it to that art,
Right.
and I don't need that, right?
I thought at any minute he was just gonna like choke her out.
I
you
know.
know.
I was waiting on that, especially when she kept zapping him.
Yeah.
And then, because he was like, just give me a minute. And I'm like, yeah, like, can the man, like, he need like at least 10 minutes to recoup.
Do you guys think it's believable that Roller didn't? That's maybe like the one kind of problem I have with this subplot is like why hasn't Roller just
killed her.
Yeah.
I thought for sure, like,
Does
okay,
he
he's
need
gonna
her?
take her out, like during these kissing sessions, or when one of these times where he's getting it in, he's gonna like.
Right.
Just-
Because you know he
yeah.
loves to choke.
I know. I'm just like waiting
But it's
for the
like
moment.
once she's gone, if you don't know where that key is,
Yeah.
then
Good
you're
point.
stuck in there.
Good point.
With no pussy, no food. So she shows him her art. He cried. It was beautiful. It's beautiful.
The one tear, the single tear.
I love that. I love that Roller is a motivator. You know, he was
Yeah.
like, "Babe, go to the art show."
I know.
I support you.
She's like, "Yes, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get my arts and crafts
The art store.
I
Like,
loved it. It's
First of all,
hilarious.
where is there an art store?
in the
middle of
swamp,
the
in the
swamp.
Everglades."
Also, when has anything ever been called an art store? Like, you know it's like a
Joann's.
99-cent store right down the road.
Or Dollar General. Let's not forget about Dollar
Yeah.
General. Or Dollar Tree.
Or Dollar Tree. Good call. You never know.
She runs to the art store. Roller grabs the phone quickly and dials Uncle Daddy. And at first I was like, oh my God, 'cause I had to remember he doesn't actually have his own phone. So he's calling from her. So Uncle Daddy don't know who this number is calling. And so then she says to him, I'm not going to go to the art store since you care so much. It was meant for me to just be here and sit on top of you a little longer.
Oh man.
I wanted Uncle Daddy to call back.
I know.
I did too. I
didn't. Only because I'm just feeling for Desna, and I'm just like, she always has something going
Yeah.
wrong every episode. Like, can she just get one moment, especially with her fine new boo, like just to.
But do you guys
Yeah.
think when Roller calls Uncle Daddy, he's going to bring Desna up?
Yes.
I do.
I don't know. I kind of think he might play his cards.
Honestly, I'm surprised that we're learning all this as quickly as we are. Like, I thought we wouldn't see Roller again
Yeah.
until like episode 9.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much longer we can save this for predictions, but how much longer can he stall? Because eventually he's going to be back in the picture and shit's going to hit the fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh! The girls went to visit their new shop. And we met Miss Anne, who shades Miss Desna and the girls in their nail job. We see And basically, they're kind of upset because Desna's not going to take any of the nail technicians from the new place because they had an attitude. And I don't blame them.
No.
Bitch, you ain't gonna be speaking no other language up in my shit about me.
Right.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Like,
so
what part of the game is that?
And
Yeah.
what part of the game is you messy little bitches coming up in the bathroom shoving tampons down the toilet?
Causing me
like,
$15,000 worth of damage. But
Let
I'm
me
gonna let you keep working.
Let me find out, bitch, where you.
Let me see you in the streets.
Hate him, man.
Here's what I love about this is like the show isn't afraid to go there, obviously, but there's this whole like race thing, and like we're so used to seeing black on white racism in shows, but this
Right.
is like a black on Asian race.
But
thing.
that's been going on in this country.
It
for
has. Well,
Yeah.
that was like
But
the
the fact
LA
that
riots.
they're talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, like the
Right.
LA riots was like Korean and black, and it's. I love that the show's talking about it because like it's just another example of how this show is kind of like quietly subversive and like actually like a smart show.
And just for like the Asian culture who never gets to kind of voice their side
Yeah.
of story.
I love the Asian shade. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, they're one of the best.
Yeah.
All right, so within the store we see. Well, Jen brings up that Bryce may borrow money from Uncle Daddy or whatnot, and then they get called to go to this house, which he basically offers to Jen and to Bryce. And it was interesting because where Jen's trying to tell Bryce to back up, now she's like, well, wait a minute.
You put that
The school
because-
district.
Right.
School,
Music
house,
class.
Music class, farm to table shit with the fresh garden. These are all things that are attractive to her, that are lures to her.
Yep.
So then now Uncle Daddy's talking her language, whereas if it had just been some cars and money and jewelry,
Right.
that maybe, granted, I don't get Bryce as that type of person, but something more along the lines of something that he would have been appealed to him, then she'd be like, no, you don't need all that. But yeah, she's definitely blinded now.
Yeah, it's like her American dream, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, no, Jen, don't fall for it. Like,
Too late.
What did you guys kind of get between her and Desna's back and forth?
Loved it. It was real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
I felt that. Like, I felt like they were really friends, like in real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And I think Desna was kind of like, I don't want to be involved, but I am a little jealous that you have this house that I feel like I worked for.
I think it was a mix of both. I think it was jealousy, but also like, girl,
Really concerned.
yeah,
smart.
like, I don't do stupid shit. I don't just accept it because why is he really giving you that house?
Right. Like, look beyond, the nice white picket fence.
Phaedra Hardy says, that house would have changed my mind too, though.
I mean,
And then we have Renji sending 2 watermelon emojis. Very good. I love that.
so we see Desna. She goes on a date with this Dr. Greg, who's a gynecologist.
Love him.
And I thought the date was cute. I thought it was just like it seemed like a genuine, here's a guy, he notices the sadness in her, or he notices that she just needs a little pick-me-up. And then she leaves because homeboy, crackhead over at the clinic, sees a
Antoon.
fucking car in the parking lot.
I
he
was
is
so
literally
mad at
freaking
that.
out.
Yeah, I'm like,
was
Desna,
like,
girl,
really?
he'll be okay.
But he
like,
goes bitch moves
focus.
talking about, I'm going to throw every pill down the toilet. And not that I know
Yeah.
I need to, and it's probably being over dramatic,
Right.
but you sound crazy. So.
Dr. Ken's losing his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, like, out of all the things you can do as a reaction to a suspicious unmarked police car being in front, why would you start dumping pills?
And Desna walked right up to the car like, okay.
Like it was nothing.
Because if you
Right.
own a business and you see something sketchy, you approach it and you say, hey.
And you're
look
in
at
the
me.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't know that you're illegally you're a tweaker.
I think he's becoming a major liability. Like, I feel like he
is.
has to go.
Dr. Ken?
Yeah, I feel like he has to go.
I feel like he's going to very soon, and he's gonna be murdered.
Yeah.
He's the next to go.
It's
You're
gonna
so
be
right.
vicious.
This is interesting. The chat is this guy we talked about, Desna's boo, her new boo. First of all, Mariel, as the resident female on the panel, how do you feel about Desna's new boo?
Okay, so first thoughts were, yes, he's fine, and he's a doctor, so I see where she's coming from.
gynecologist.
Right, a
He
gynecologist.
knows his way.
Right, but I was like, okay, I was a little iffy
Yes.
because he just popped up out of nowhere. This super fine guy with a great job. I'm like, I don't know,
The
but
chat is very suspicious of the new boo. So that's why I wanted to get your take. They think he might be a plant, an undercover cop, which I get because they're like, why would he just show up at this food place for the first time? And why is he giving Desna so many chances?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I want to believe in a nice person, y'all. Can Desna have one break? Jeez,
I'm
please.
hoping.
She
She
worked
literally has
across the
nothing.
parking lot.
I know.
Like she eats there every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
So then he came in and swooped in and got her a meal. Like, who's to say that he hadn't been told from another coworker, like, oh, you ain't been to so-and-so's shrimp shack? And he just wanted to get him some of that shrimp.
And Desna's fine, so I
yeah.
Time all day. So for me, I don't know. Those are good theories that he could, like there's a reason for, for him being around. But I don't know. I didn't get that. But then I'm very naive sometimes, and I'm just like, no.
You want the best for Desna.
I just want Desna to be happy.
Yeah.
I hope for her sake. Right. Yeah, she deserves it. So I hope
I just wanted to get piped up really good.
Here's what would be interesting.
Just have somebody show her some love and dote on her and take care of her like she takes care of everyone else.
Without her having to run a clinic.
Now, the fact that he showed up at the nail palm
thing
competition, what I took from that was the girls knew, granted, who knows how they would have gotten his information, but the girls knew that, her date got crashed twice. And it wasn't because of something that she truly did. It was her just trying to, take care of them,
right?
In some form or fashion. So I felt like they reached out to him and said, "Look, this is what it is. She's really into you. Blah blah blah. You should come over here."
That's
and see
what you
her.
took from all that.
That's what I when he showed up. That's what I took.
Because didn't he say? Didn't her and him have a conversation about it? I felt like it was him showing up just because to support because she kept ditching.
The question is, how does he know about it?
Exactly.
It is shady.
The girls.
But the thing is,
was super about that life.
When he met the girls after, he at least made it seem like they were meeting for the first time. Right. Remember, she's like, my friends are weird, and he acted kind of naive. I mean, and he could have been putting on a front, but I honestly, the chat, I hadn't really thought about that, but our fifth panelist is letting us. They're making me suspicious. And what would be really interesting, I know we're not quite in predictions, but can you imagine if... So true, by the way.
So they basically are saying that Dr. Ken is a sub, and if Toby comes and runs the clinic as the Dom, I'm here for all of it.
What I was going to say, though, is, first of all, yes, I hope that happens. Second of all, if Desna and this new guy, if he is a bad guy or he's an undercover cop, but they do start to actually fall in love, that's when it'll get interesting.
Like a
Shades of Blue. If you guys ever saw Shades of Blue with Jill and the cop, like that
show was everything.
Yeah. So I'm into this, and I like this. He's likable, and he seems good for Desna. So if he is bad.
Every time I see him, though, I just keep thinking of Heroes because he was the one mutant that, like, when the chime would ring, he could make you forget everything.
Oh yeah,
really?
He kind of gives me Seal vibes. Anyone?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what other movie he was just in that I watched.
Yeah, he's always played like.
He was in the movie with Monique. She went on a vacation with her girlfriends to Palm Springs or Palm Desert. And then she met him, and they fell in love, and and whatever.
Precious.
This was a long time ago, and this was definitely not like a poppin' movie.
So let us know in the comments.
Oh, there you go, brother. Yeah. All right, so we see that the car in the parking lot was Quiet Ann, who's getting eaten out by this detective. There are too many detectives in the fish. And what else did I get from that? The next morning, Paulie slapping the fuck out of Dr. Ken was everything.
For him, especially. For him.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, you saw hard eyes in as soon as she did that. He was like, oh.
He was into that. He's like, oh,
he was definitely into that.
He's a sub.
I don't think Paulie has time, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what Paulie's man is, what her type is yet, because we haven't gotten to see that.
It's gonna be something so crazy.
It's gonna be crazy, but she needs something because
she's too busy.
She burning out that dildo.
She's too busy going to Jennifer Aniston's 40th birthday party.
Right. I love her.
I know.
She's great.
Desna had a second date with Dr. Greg, which ended because Virginia was trying to make some side hustle money. Revelance had told her about this man who she just dresses up for and dances, and well, it turned into something else. And I thought we kind of all talked about this, but shout out to Carucci for this scene because I bought it. I was here. I was sold, delivered.
Her acting was like phenomenal. The fear, like the tears, and I was like, wow, you would never think going into this Carucci would be like a true actress, but she is. She's great.
Not an easy thing.
No,
as an actress, props.
Loved Desna popping up. Woo! Like that was just like I was really mad that she left the date. It really bothered me.
Me too.
But the way they came in that scene with with Anne with the
Like
bat.
some
I was like,
gangsters.
Yes.
Yep.
It was
She
so
like,
good.
Oh, that was so dope.
Yeah, it was.
I got
Yeah, it
chills from
was.
That was so dope. I loved that. I want more of that.
Yeah.
We get to the nail palm competition, and Jen's trying to talk herself out of the whole Uncle Daddy and Bryce situation. She can't compete because she had hammered her nail, which caused Virginia to be very happy. And this was like we said, we talked about their friendship and them having this kind of back and forth, and where she wants her to be happy for her. And I mean, obviously, I feel like it's going to come next episode where they really have that conversation. But what did you guys take from all of Desna's little, like, mind
Being stuck in her.
things?
Yeah.
Did you feel like it was her trying to think about, like, that she was wrong towards Jen? Or did you take it as, like...
I think what Jen said kind of got under her skin a little bit, and it was kind of questioning, am I a hypocrite? And maybe feeling a little bit guilty, you know, about killing Roller, and just, to me, it was like just feeling overwhelmed, kind of.
Well, Roller, and then she's also saying this about Bryce and being like, oh, Bryce is a part of the Dixie Mafia, you shouldn't be a part of it. But it's like, well, really, all these people are dead because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think this was like an effective way to keep the show serious. You know, this was a lighter episode, which I really liked. But like Desna, if Desna's too numb to it, the depth of character goes away. So this was like, yeah, and like again, this is the kind of thing where in the writer's room you might wonder, what if while she's doing a self-portrait of these nails, but like it worked so well. I like so bought it. The show is really navigating the line between comedy and drama really well, and I'm here for it.
They're doing a
This was very
good job.
moving, I
Yeah.
thought. And Niecy's, it's because of her performance, but it's great.
And it proved right at the very end, speaking of performances. So we get to the finals, Mrs. Kim versus Desna's. They had to explain their nails. Mrs. Kim said they are strong, female, and professional. Shade. And then Desna said, life hasn't been easy for me, so they are chaotic, complicated, but loving.
Yeah, I loved her explanation. I think that really brought it all together, like with her thoughts and the flashbacks, and then having her say that, I think was very real for her character, and made it a little bit more powerful to me, where before I was kind of like, okay, where is this going? And once she explained it, I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I thought you also got to see that embodied in the nails that she did.
With the chains, too.
Yeah.
Right. Like there was a lot of, there was a lot of different elements to the nails, and they just, to me, it showed more creativity and design flair than, what's her name?
Miss Kim.
Miss Kim, yeah.
No, like Mrs. Kim's nails are like the nails. Like those are nails you want done because they're cute, they're everything. But it's like, okay, yeah, like for Sally's, that's cute. Like for an everyday thing, that's cute. But what Desna did, she put her, like, this is a competition.
Right.
And just in general, you know, on Food Network shows, they talk about food porn. We get nail porn in this show.
We
do. Fun, all
We
these
do.
cuts and fly. It's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's interesting that, like, there really are nail techs that are that, you know what I mean, that great that they can design, like, all those crazy things. So shout out to you guys on the show, whoever the nail techs are. You guys are bomb.
Absolutely.
Doing it.
Oh, and real quick, if I could just, what we were just talking about, having the girls there in the audience cheer her on was so moving. We keep talking about it in the show. It's the thing for me that makes the show special is just female friendship. And those girls have her back so much. You know what I mean? When she says, what did she say about the nails again, Jesse? She said chaotic,
complicated, but loving.
Loving, and then she says and loved, and she looks at the girls and they're cheering her on. Like a little emotional talking about it.
Jen, who, before they went inside, they were still kind of heated with each other.
They're besties, though, you know? It's really sweet. It's powerful stuff to watch girls, because on TV, it's rare that you see girls have each other's back. TV always wants to pit women against each other. In this show, they're like just fiercely loyal. It's pretty freaking awesome.
It is pretty great.
And before we get into predictions, shout out to, like we said, Dimples and Valentina. I want to read some of the things she said. She said, episode 6, Roller acted his butt off. Not talking about Jack K, who's he portrayed, but Roller the character, talking in cultured accents, sizing up his captor and appealing to her weaknesses while he plots to his next move. She said, remember the episode where Dean tells Bryce that Roller knew how to schmooze/deal with different drug dealers to keep everything running? This is a skill Roller has in spades compared to Bryce. I feel Dean will forget about bodybuilding and be enamored by all the artists there in Miami since he is an artist, and that he might spot Roller first before Virginia, and that she won't believe Dean until he offers proof, and Virginia hurriedly drags Dean away. But Roller has... Oh, girl, you did a whole prediction right there.
Right.
But you know what? On that note, let's head into predictions.
Boom.
AfterBuzz TV prediction.
I'm actually here for that prediction that Dean's going to be the first one to spot Roller. I could see that.
Okay.
That's different.
Yeah, I could see that. I really have no idea how that's gonna go about. I could see it Dean being the one to spot him. I could see Virginia. I could see him calling Uncle Daddy and like just letting him know where he's at. I really feel like I can't.
The art show is
can't
going to be the reveal. I think he's going to pop up at the art show.
Right.
And all that jazz.
The thing with this show is, like, on one level, you can try to make predictions, but then on another level,
They're gonna-
a
Yeah.
British domineering Judy Adams will create a chain Speedo and dog collar. So it's like, how much can we actually predict?
Yeah.
But I'm really interested. I think the chat bringing to light Desna's new boo being a potential undercover is like a really good prediction.
We still haven't gotten these Russians.
Yeah, I know.
No, and something's going to happen simply based off of the previous interaction where she was doing the Russian lady's nails, and she was talking about, oh, like, you know, where I'm from, you know, if somebody from your family gets killed, you go after them with everything you got. So yeah,
I also think
it's about to go down.
that 12K damage of tampons, they're going to have to talk to Uncle Daddy. And I think that new nail salon going to be a new clinic or a new
But hold
little...
on, wait though, pause, because how much money did they get from the nail palm?
50K.
That's 15.
Oh, 15.
I don't know. I know
$500,000.
Well, even if it was 50, even if it was 15, I want to say that it was enough. Whatever the prize money was, it was enough that it could take care of.
But does that prize money all go to Desna?
It okay.
At this
Jen
point,
don't
the
need it
girls
now.
should be open.
It should go. It should go to the to the whole crew.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
However, for the greater good of the crew and the salon, we all need to take this L and get these pipes fixed.
Right.
Because we can't run a business with bad plumbing.
I'm with you, Kel.
So that's what I think is going to happen with that. But we also got the where was it? It was Jen and Dean, right? Where they were, you know, where he said some, or she saw the collage.
The very end.
Yeah.
You know, so we saw that collage, and then that's when she kind of is like, oh, karma. So that's when she's going to start putting Jen. I think Jen's going to be the first one who's going to put 2 and 2 together with the Combses.
Yep.
And then I guess we're just going to see what happens with that.
Dean and Virginia.
But
Love it.
But at the same time, and I know I'm hogging up the predictions right now, but I also, when it comes to Roller and this chick, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's going to play this out and get her to take him in public. Like, I don't think he's going to just escape.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the art show. I think he's going to go as her guest to the art show.
Yeah.
But then how would she keep him under control?
That dog collar.
I think,
But I don't think...
and I think, like they're saying, Dimple said, I think Dean's going to see her at the art show.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to... He's going to be like,
sense.
Roller... And she's going to be like, his name is Mr. Anderson.
Right. Also, let's
should
not
audition
forget
for that
too
part.
that there's this whole little
Crazy
budding
swamp lady.
flirtation and crush with Dean and Virginia.
That worries me.
It's scary, but it's
think
like
it's
this
actually, like,
adorable.
real.
There's like 5% of me that's like a little bit shipping them, but like it would never work. And Virginia's not mature
Yeah.
enough.
And
It's
Dean-
bad. I mean, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I feel like Dean, you know, he doesn't have the capacity to
Right.
really, and then Virginia has like, she's immature, but she also has a ton of experience, like
Right.
dating and sexual experience. I don't know.
She
I don't know.
she's gonna use him though. You know what I mean? It's not
Right.
gonna be good.
Yeah, and Dean's gonna be heartbroken, and he might like. who
They're
knows?
childlike
way.
in completely different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's childlike cognitively, and she's childlike in maturity. So it's not a good combination.
Yeah.
Do we see Mrs. Kim coming back at all? Being a headache? Or do we see, like, maybe teaming up? Like, do we think that there will be any racial kind of...
It's interesting.
Coming
that's-
together.
Yes.
You do.
I think we're gonna see Miss Kim again. Maybe not next episode, but I think she's gonna come back because she just took a big L losing Nail Palm.
Right.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna come back.
I think they'll be like rivals through the show, but I don't see anything like huge happening.
Yeah, no, I don't think she's gonna come back with the Yakuza or anything like that.
Yeah, I think she may come back like in a small, you know, tit for tat kind of thing, but nothing that would really change the plot or like anything super dramatic.
This was brought up last week. That was really interesting. Is that Bryce is eventually going to take Roller's seat
Until Roller come back.
Yeah, like Bryce is being primed to like.
He is.
Yeah, and it's true. Like the crew thinks that I'm calling you guys the crew. It's just like the show.
They got their crew, we got our crew.
Right.
They think he's gonna like turn bad. Like
Bryce?
like because he's really teetering right now. You know.
I can see it.
And the fact that he admitted, he said, yeah, and it turns out I'm actually better at this than I am.
I know.
Yeah, being an abundance coach.
And when he said, like, you know, I would have, that would have made me spiral out of control, but I feel okay with killing them. I was like, oh,
He's not
interesting.
stable.
Yeah.
No.
I also wonder if we're done with porn furry guy. I think he might be back.
Porn furry. Which one?
Oh, you mean the guy that Virginia was with?
Virginia's almost rapist.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I just
That's
have this
interesting.
feeling he might. Because he's out for blood now, you know?
Yeah, they
like,
destroyed
did
his webcam.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
broke
they
his
smashed up.
webcam.
Right.
Sir, if you're smart, you'll sit your ass right the fuck right.
Right.
All the way down.
Just take that out. Let it go.
Last one, the detective that Anne is hooking up with.
I think that's gonna blow up.
Do we think that that's just a genuine, like, that's just that? Or is that detective we thinking maybe...
I think it's gonna blow up. It's gonna be bad. I don't know how.
But I will say, Anne is notoriously good.
Yeah.
So she's got something over the detective. Like, maybe it's
This
the kind
is
of
very
thing.
true.
Yeah, maybe it's the kind of thing where Anne's skills are enough to get the detective on their side.
Remember, the detective kind of noticed a little something off when the other guy, who I can't remember his name now, when the other detective was talking to Uncle Daddy, and she didn't see the money handoff, but she saw something because it kind of made her perk up a little bit.
Yeah.
So now I feel like she's on alert and she's checking for a partner because remember he was saying that they don't have anything in common at all. Like they have yet to find that common, that common link that that helps form that partnership.
Okay, she fake. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We want to know what you guys think, so leave your comments down below. Your comments, predictions, whatever it is that you think. Tell us about it, okay? So we can read them on air next week. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hit me up at DJ Jesse J.
You guys can find me online at Jeffrey C. Graham. Real quick, someone mentioned Virginia exiting on Heelys in the salon. We can't forget to mention that in the show because it was great. If you guys can find me online, you can do so at Jeffrey C. Graham.
Like this.
Yes.
Right. It was
real
just
slow.
like smooth, slow.
And keep giving us that love, guys. Actually, we had someone ask in the comments last week, what is this chat? We keep mentioning the chat. You guys can tune along with us live at 7 p.m. on Mondays. So, the show airs on Sunday. It gives you some time to watch it twice, 3 times. Come on, get on YouTube and hop in the chat with us. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. And guys, you can find me at Mariel_Turner on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me on Twitter, ChaosJ, KWOSJ, Instagram, Chaos_Oceans31. Oceans, why? Because your boy's so wavy. Get at me.
Make sure you guys hit us across all social media platforms at AfterBuzz TV and download our podcast at AfterBuzz TV Claws. Just type it on in there, hit that subscribe, rate us 5 stars because the rest don't work. Till next week, same time, same place. Peace.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.